What is up, guys? Welcome to Learn and Geek. This is Arshad and Sumit, and let's get started. So, in this episode, I would just walk you through to the 5 phases of ethical hacking, which we would be covering in the series ahead. So, let's get started. And the first phase for any ethical hacking is reconnaissance. So, reconnaissance basically happens in 2 ways, which is one active and second is passive. So in active reconnaissance, an ethical hacker directly gets connected with the target. Say for example, one would call to the company and act as in they are interested for any information. So there is a direct connection with the company, or else even people go as a fake candidate for job interviews and try to understand what their infrastructure is and what kind of technologies they use. So these are some examples of direct reconnaissance. Now the passive reconnaissance would be not coming in direct contact with the company. Say for example, one does a Google information search about all the details about the company which is available freely on the open network using Google or DuckDuckGo, or else there is any kind of news which is happening in regards with the company. Or the most famous nowadays is the job portals, because they definitely give you a lot of insights about the technology a company uses. So with the opening of jobs, just say for example someone needs a Microsoft administrator, which says that there is some Microsoft servers or products which are being used in the company. So one can deep dive into the job portals and can understand what kind of technologies a company use. Now once the reconnaissance is done, the second phase would be scanning. So with scanning, an ethical hacker can come to know about what kind of ports are open, what are the vulnerabilities, and other kind of details, just like what is the network architecture. If one can understand, that can happen in the scanning phase. So once an ethical hacker has gone through these 2 phases of reconnaissance, gathering these data and scanning, so the port details and vulnerabilities, now it is the time an ethical hacker would try to gain access. So there are many tools in the market. We would be using Kali, and in Kali we would be using different kind of tools. So we'll show you in the coming series, and we will try to gain access of our vulnerable system which we have set up, which is Metasploitable, and our vulnerable web application which is BWAP. So after gaining access, we would try to escalate the privileges as well. So these all things would be doing in the gaining access phase. And the 4th phase is maintaining access. Come on, an individual does so much of effort into gaining all this information, gaining the vulnerabilities, gaining the access. Now it is very much important to maintain those access, because after maintaining, one can do a file modification or even do a privilege escalation. A lot can be done. So there are many rootkit or Trojan or backdoor one can implant, which we would do obviously in the upcoming videos, and we'll let you know how to do that and gain the access of the compromised system. And yes, the last but not the least, the most important phase, which is clearing the tracks. Now come on, you don't want FBI to come and knock at your doors, right? So it is very much important to clear the tracks, deleting the logs or modifying the logs. So we will also do that in this particular phases. So I'm pretty much excited how we can use these 5 phases of ethical hacking and try to compromise a network. So I would definitely want all of you guys to stay tuned for the next upcoming series. This is it for the particular video. Have a good day.